never freaking know.
Yeah, but
Demons. I mean, Greg's helmet gets possessed.
Yeah, I
You're
don't know
hearing
what
me
that
when I'm muted.
no,
Like,
I heard you when you were
At
muted because there's something going on with your mic that you refuse to look at.
Yeah.
oh, I looked at it. Don't you remember?
Well, he sounds good on my end. I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, I've got that. We are solid to go.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm gonna copy this link into
Well, then-
Facebook.
I'm going to hit record.
I'm going to take a nap.
Now?
Okay. All right.
You're gonna record now?
Yeah.
But I'm so busy.
Well, we're about to start. If we're starting the stream.
Can you give me a second to friggin' post the thing?
No.
No.
This guy, am I right?
An amateur. Oh, well, I guess we'll just sit here.
What? How do you spell Ahsoka?
AHSO silent P K R V A.
H.
AHSOKA. AHS.
I got it, Greg.
Okay.
Though, why do you look so lost?
Because my fingers are in the wrong places when I'm typing.
Oh God!
The Cape Complainer.
Was that? What was that sound, Tim?
That was me being scared of Greg's flashlight.
Kinda. It's just
Fleshlight?
a big.
Oh,
It's a big light that I use for news.
Flashlight.
yeah.
You're not
Right.
wrong, Tim.
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
I guess.
3, 2, 1, and we're going. And now
Go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Cape Complainers. We are a podcast show where we complain about nerd stuff. We love it, we hate it, and it's up to you, the listener, to decide whether or not we're good or we're talented enough. I guess I don't know. Just whatever. Anyways, joining me as always are the complainers, Tim and Devin. I'm your host, Greg. We may get a random surprise from another complainer. We told everybody that we record at 6, but they've been oddly silent today, so we may not see.
No,
They both-
said, yeah, they both already said they're not gonna make it. So
Yeah.
Oh, what?
yeah,
Well, I missed that,
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
They're
then,
disappointing us like they disappointed their mothers.
well, then they're going to miss out because today's episode we are going to be talking the new Star Wars show Ahsoka. It is based off of the character created by Dave Filoni for the Clone Wars series, and we're just going to talk about it. Talk about where this bee has gone in her life and where she's going to go from here. But first,
Hey, Greg,
what?
can you like tilt down your screen? I can't see your little brown eyes through like the reflection on your glasses. Or just take off your glasses and try to go in
And
blind.
if I tilt my screen down, you're just going to see my chest, and nobody wants to see that.
I
so
do.
Just
That's
deal
one
with,
sexy chest. You do push-ups?
deal with my anime lens.
Do you do
so-
push-ups over there, Greg? I can tell.
No, I do not.
Oh, it doesn't show. I mean,
Yeah, whatever. That's mean. So, in lieu of doing nerd news, because last week y'all were a little upset that I didn't do a game, so today I'm gonna do a game.
were you upset, Devin?
Okay.
I don't remember being upset about anything.
All I know is I have a bit of nerd news that I wanted to share.
I remember
Okay,
being
share
so happy because I got to hang out with you guys again.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
forgive me for wanting to make y'all happy.
was
Sorry.
just excited because I was like, "Oh, I had nerd news," and then you're like, "We're not doing it," and now I'm like, "Oh."
Oh, you
Fine, do
also
your nerd news then.
you also
I'll never
took
do
like
anything nice for y'all ever
you
again.
also took like 12 minutes for one piece of nerd news. So
Okay,
I'm
I
on
meant-
Team
I wasn't-
Greg with this argument.
I wasn't talking about yesterday. Last time I was talking about today
Oh,
because it's my favorite segment. Who died?
All right, who died?
Arlene Sorkin, the original voice of Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
has died. Like, I guess today? Recently, within the past week? I saw it today for the first time. So,
Like an hour ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that was your only nerd news?
that's my only nerd news. She
Love it.
did.
Glad we took this time to do your precious
I know.
news.
I thought you would care more, Greg, being the Batman fan you are.
I am. It's very sad. I'm sad that she's dead. But I mean, you're taking up useful time on the show.
You don't sound like
You
you're
guys
sad.
want
You
to
just
see
sound like
how high I can get my leg?
Oh my god, this show this you know what? Screw the trivia.
All
Y'all
right.
don't deserve the trivia.
Wait, no,
Greg.
please.
Greg, you're
No,
not allowed to talk at my funeral. You don't sound sad enough.
I wasn't planning on coming.
Funerals are to pay respect to people.
Yeah, I was gonna get the invitation in the mail and just be like, "Who?" and just throw it away.
I'm offended.
Well, y'all
That
don't
is not
deserve
okay.
trivia, so we're just gonna go ahead.
No! Tim, say it with me. Trivia.
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 Trivia. Trivia.
was-
I thought he wasn't going to do it.
I got tired of it.
Yeah.
Let's fine. We'll do a couple of things of trivia. Number one. This will go to Tim.
Yes.
What? This is easy.
Okay.
We're gonna start off easy and then get hard.
Good.
Okay. All right.
I like getting
What
hard.
color is Mace Windu's lightsaber?
Purple,
Is it green?
baby.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Read off the answers. My bad.
That is correct.
Oh.
It is purple. Devin. The Star Wars Holiday Special marked the first appearance of which Star Wars character? Lando Calrissian, Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt, or Jar Jar Binks?
Boba Fett.
That is correct. It is Boba Fett. Now, Tim, who is the only non-Jedi in the original Star Wars trilogy to use a lightsaber? Is it Princess Leia, Chewbacca, R2-D2, or Han Solo?
R2-D2.
That is
I
incorrect.
know who it is.
Devin, who is
It's
it?
Han Solo when he cuts open the alpaca.
The alpaca? I
And
don't think it's
shoves Luke inside.
The
it's called a
tauntaun.
tauntaun.
You know what
Yeah,
I
not
mean.
alpaca. Tim, what is the name of the
It's
animal
Devin's turn.
that Oh,
But we
Devin.
already
Yeah.
said a tauntaun, so you better not ask that.
It wasn't. It was a joke.
Oh. Okay.
Devin, approximately how many languages does C-3PO speak? 6 million, 6 trillion, 6,000, or 6 billion?
I could be wrong, but did you say 6 billion twice?
No, 6 million, trillion,
Oh, okay.
thousand, or billion?
6 million.
Million?
Million with an M.
Yes, that is correct.
Woo!
Good job.
Tim's getting left in the dust.
This game's rigged.
He goes to the gym
Tim.
all the time, but he can't keep up.
Tim, in The Force Awakens, what are Han and Chewie hauling in their freighter? Sarlaccs, Wampas, Rancors, or Rathtars?
Or your mom.
What are the answers again? What are the choices?
Han and Chewie were hauling Sarlaccs, Wampas, Rancors, or Rathtars.
They're all made up words, Tim. You just have to choose one of them.
Wampas, whatever the heck that is.
That is incorrect. A Wampa is the giant kind of Yeti thing that was on Hoth that Luke Skywalker cut the hand off of.
Which is why Han Solo had to cut open the alpaca to shove him inside.
The tauntaun.
Yeah.
For warmth.
Devin, is it Sarlaccs, Rancors, or Rathtars?
In The Force Awakens?
Yes.
What's the second one?
Rancors.
Is Sarlaccs, Rancors, or Rathtars?
Sarlaccs.
That is incorrect. The answer was Rathtars.
It was one of those two. That much I knew.
Sarlacc was the giant worm, man. Why would he be? And also Rancors. I knew it had to be one of the other two. I just didn't know which one.
Devin? Is it Devin's turn?
Devin.
Devin, what Wookiee Jedi Master was renowned for his ability to sense the future? Was it Chrysanthemum, Hanhar, Gungi, or Travaka, or Tyjavaka?
Which one's the Conehead?
I don't know. What?
Yeah, on the Jedi Council, the Conehead
He's
and
not a
the
Wookiee. That's not a Wookiee. A Wookiee is what Chewbacca is.
Oh, did you say a Wookiee?
Yes, what Wookiee Jedi Master was renowned for his ability to sense the future?
Clearly, I wasn't listening all the way.
You weren't listening.
I'm
Chrysanthemum,
gonna not even have
Hanhar,
you. Okay.
Gungi, or Chavaka. I don't know how you say it. It's Tyvokka.
Oh, that's what I said. Is that right?
Huh? Tavaka?
Yeah.
Yes, it was Tavaka.
That's the
Alright.
only really Wookiee sounding name.
Yeah.
Gungi
Well, I mean,
was a
they're all
Wookiee in the Clone Wars TV show.
Yeah. Chrysanthemum was a Wookiee in the Book of Boba Fett show.
Those are all like
this
human.
guy.
Those are
They're
like
all
human given names. Chewbacca's the only like real Wookiee born name. You know what I'm saying?
Tim, who was the last character to slide down the garbage chute in A New Hope? Was it Luke, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, or Han Solo?
Luke.
No. Devin.
Han Solo.
Was it Chewbacca, Princess
Han
Leia, or Han
Solo.
Solo? That is incorrect. The answer was
You're incorrect.
Princess Leia. Let's see. Actually, no, I read it wrong. It was Han Solo. My bad. Boo. All right, last one. Tim, in The Force Awakens, which of Poe's belongings does Finn take from the TIE fighter wreckage? Is it his dog tag, his blaster, his jacket, or his robot?
His robot.
His robot, let's
No,
see.
wait. His blaster, because that makes more sense, right? You're not gonna leave someone's gun if they're dead. You need it for your rebellion
Let's see.
or your
You
resistance.
said you said his blaster?
Yeah.
That is
No. Wait.
incorrect.
His jacket.
His jacket. That is correct. It was his jacket. Good job.
Shame you
Tim.
got the first.
I'll,
What?
I'll give that to you. This is just for fun.
Ah,
We'll do one
alright,
more and then
good.
we'll start.
Good.
Let's find a good one.
Make it a tough one.
All right. I'll make it the toughest one y'all ever did here.
Oh no, that's not what I asked for.
What creature does Chewbacca roast for dinner in The Last Jedi? Is it a Nerf, a Vulptex, a Kroakan monkey lizard, or a Porg? First one to know it,
What's
shout
the
it out.
question again?
What creature does Chewbacca roast for dinner in Last Jedi?
Okay, what were the answers?
Nerf,
Org.
a Volt. Yes, Devin got it correct.
Okay.
It's a Porg.
I had no idea.
All right.
I had to remember which one the Last Jedi was because everything's like, oh, the last this, Revenge of this. It's hard to remember where it comes in.
Now I
chronological order.
remember why I quit doing trivia with you people.
Because we're too good.
I feel like no, because it's always like I read the question and the answer so well, and it's always, what was the question? Wait, what
Okay,
was the second
but
one?
like usually it's like, what are the answers? And it's because it like in this particular, it's like all made up things anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I try my best to make sure y'all have a good time.
and
That's
like
all I
half the time, 3 of them sound the same.
All right. Well, let's go on ahead and get into our topic. Today's episode, like we said at the beginning of the show, is Star Wars Ahsoka. It follows the Jedi, not Jedi, of the same name, Ahsoka. And sorry, I had to burp. Disney
First.
Plus premiered its first 2 episodes of the show. And Dave Filoni has gone on record saying this is basically Star Wars Rebels Season 5. And so far, the first 2 episodes definitely show evidence of that. But first, I want to hear y'all's opinion on it. I know Tim started it super late in the day. I remember, I think at 5, he said he was watching the first episode.
I didn't. Well,
Uh,
here's the thing. I didn't realize they released 2 episodes. At the same time. And so I only scheduled enough time to watch one episode.
Oh, well, that was your big
Yikes.
mistake.
Yeah,
I
I
could have
know.
sworn you
Trust me,
told
I
me.
know.
All right. Well, then, Devin, you watched the full 2 episodes?
I did.
Okay. What were your first thoughts on Ahsoka?
I mean, I'm enjoying it so far, but I don't feel like it's about Ahsoka. I feel more than anything, it's about Sabine Wren.
Yeah.
Be-
I
like,
mean, a lot of people were upset, especially the way the first episode ends, that they were like, "Why spoiler territory?" Sabine gets stabbed with a lightsaber, and
What?
in the belly.
I'm just
you
kidding.
knew that.
I literally
But,
just
I mean,
watched it.
that's kinda my first complaint as well, that I'm feel that lightsabers are kind of losing their powers as it goes on. Like, I feel like in episode 1, Qui-Gon Jinn gets stabbed, and that's a death sentence. He's dead. Several people get stabbed. How come only a couple of them survive it? Like
I think it depends on where you're stabbed.
Yeah, it's
the
like
Like,
Grand Inquisitor gets stabbed in the chest by what's her name in the Obi-Wan show, and he lives. Sabine gets stabbed, I guess, kind of in the tummy side area. She
well,
lives.
okay. Well, let's bear this in mind.
There's vital
Grayface.
organs over there.
Yeah,
And
but
yet they still
Grayface from Obi-Wan, he is not human. So his anatomy is probably a little bit different than us.
okay. So you
Sabine,
think
like,
just
yeah,
slit
she
in
got.
the chest is just an empty hole of no organs?
Well, no, but I think that, like, maybe, like, because he's so tall and awkwardly shaped, maybe his heart is, like, more off to a side.
So you're saying my
Um,
heart is more off to its side because
what
I'm
heart?
tall and awkwardly shaped.
What heart?
Good point.
Thank you.
But I don't know. That was one of the first things that really upset me about the first episode.
And Sabine
Uh,
only got stabbed, like, in the side. Like,
they
you
just
could get
did it.
shot there and live.
I feel like they just did it for shock value, though. That was a little silly to me.
I think
Um,
they did it to show that she needs to grow, and there's only one way it's going to happen.
by getting stabbed. That's how all children nowadays should grow up. Just get stabbed. Um, there was an opening title crawl at the start of the first episode. It looked weird, I thought. I was like, "What?" I was kind of I saw the big open space, and I was expecting, the classic title crawl, but it was just this weird, just red font that went right up. I mean, it's not like end of the world thing. That was just something that I wrote in my notes and noticed. I was like, it was an ugly opening title crawl, but I don't
I thought it looked weird
know.
too, and I
Yeah.
remember thinking, do I even care enough to read this right now?
Now,
I know.
I do.
I mean, I don't know what was wrong with just doing the regular title crawl. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not saying this is in like because of the opening title crawl, this show is garbage. I'm not. I'm just saying the title crawl looked ugly to me,
It's not
and
like it was expensive if they did it in the old days.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no. Back in
Um,
the old days, they had to write the whole thing down and then just do the camera painting it down. But
Tim,
I don't know.
you saw all of Rebels though, right?
Yes.
Greg, did you?
Mhm.
I did not. So as I was watching the show, part of what was keeping me interested was the fact that, like, they were saying stuff that I didn't know. Like, I know Thrawn is in it, but, like, I didn't know that he died. I didn't know that apparently Ezra sacrificed himself. I didn't
Mhm.
know that Sabine was some kind of, like, Jedi apprentice.
Well, she
Apparently.
wasn't in Rebels. That's a thing that
Okay.
happened after Rebels, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way season 4 of Rebels ends, it's alluded to the fact that Sabine goes with Ahsoka
Yeah.
to learn the art of the Jedi.
Does Kanan die in the
Yes.
show?
He dies way earlier though, not in the last couple episodes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he dies in like season 3 or 2 or 3.
Yeah, and then he like becomes a force ghost, and he's got a force ghost wolf that helps lead Ezra around. It gets a little
Yeah.
convoluted.
What about the purple monkey? Does he die?
Purple Monkey?
Yeah,
What's it? He does not die.
I
He
don't
actually has a cameo in what was the most recent Star Wars show? I think it was
And no,
Mando.
no, see,
Mandalorian.
it was yeah, it was the latest season of Mandalorian. He's in it,
Mm.
and
Oh,
yeah, his character's in it, so he's still alive.
okay. This is all
Um,
stuff I didn't know because I hadn't seen it. I had to look it up to find out that Kanan Jarrus died. As I was looking up like the stuff about like, is she like? Does it ever hint that Sabine is like force sensitive or a Jedi or
I
anything
forgot
like that?
all about the green Twi'lek lady. Twi'lek?
Hera.
Hera.
Yeah, I forgot all about her. And then I saw her and I was like, huh, how does she look familiar?
Do y'all think she looks scary?
No.
No.
The internet is saying that she looks scary. I think they're saying it's her eyes. But just like I've just been seeing like posts of saying like, why do they have to make Hera so scary looking?
They're too human.
I know. Yeah, but I mean,
Um,
I'm expecting the show to end with all of the Rebels people coming back together and doing like one last thing to bring Ezra back or find Ezra. That's how I'm just throwing that out there as a prediction that that's probably how the show is going to end. Let's see.
I hope
Now,
that by the end of the show they find Thrawn and Thrawn reveals that he killed Ezra after Ezra had that squid teleport them to the other side of who knows where.
mhm,
And I think
I
that
hope
would be a great ending. I'd be like, mwah, chef's kiss.
I hope that you find out that Thrawn is Ezra from the future.
I
Come
hope
back to the past to help out the bad guys.
And then it turns
I
out
hope
he was Superman all along.
I hope that the Thrawn is really the friendship we made along the way. That's what
Oh,
Thrawn really. Yeah.
If
that
I
was
know
so
anything from
beautiful.
life, it won't be.
A small thing in the show that I understand that mural of everybody that they do the thing. I understand that that's supposed to be in the artwork of the Clone Wars, but it brought into live action. It looks like the mural was done by a 5-year-old.
It looks so
Like,
Might
silly.
yeah, it
it might
looks a
have
little
been.
silly. Like I was like the purple monkey. I forget his name. That's
Yeah.
not his name, the purple monkey, but him in particular, he had this stupid little smile on his face. I'm just like, he doesn't even look like he does in in Rebels. But I don't know,
Wait,
it just looked a little silly.
my dad made an appearance in the show as that senator guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Devin's dad is the spitting image of Clancy Brown, the actor Clancy Brown, who voices Mr.
The
Krabs. And yeah,
the purple
did you say
monkey's
who?
name is Zeb.
That's it.
Zeb. There we
Zeb.
go. Yeah.
I will say that like so far, like I didn't finish. I don't think I finished the newest season of Mandalorian, so I never saw Zeb. But so far, like their casting for these people for the Rebels people live action has been pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did really good. In fact, I think one of them is the actual actor. I don't know. I may just be spitting false facts,
Talking out your
but I think
ass.
one of them yeah, I think one of them may be like the actual voice actor because I know Bo-Katan, the actress who plays Bo-Katan in the Mandalorian show is also is Bo-Katan who voices. I had a stroke saying this sentence, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really sad when in episode 2 Sabine cut her hair because I was a big fan of that dual colors.
I
Tim,
like the haircut too. I liked her hair too. I mean, in the show, in the Rebels show, she has like multicolor hair. And so I was really like, why didn't she just put it up in a little bun and then put her little Mandalorian helmet on?
well,
It
I
would have been
think
nice.
Tim and I have had a discussion in the past about how like we have a thing for girls when they do like weirdly colored hair. Right, Tim?
Mhm.
Did we have that conversation?
Let's use the word women and not girls, Devin.
You're right. You're right. Let's edit that
We're
out,
a little
Greg and
bit too
Tim.
old for girls nowadays.
Yeah.
We have a thing for when women
Yeah.
have that multicolored, like weird hair thing going on. Right, Tim?
Yes.
Those of age women, am I right,
Yes,
guys?
very much. within a respectable time difference.
Age group.
Age difference, yes.
Yeah.
Nothing creepy.
One thing I do want to say is Ray Stevenson, who plays the guy with the beard. I forget his name, but he apparently passed away several weeks before the show premiered. And that man, whenever he has his hood on and everything, like his cloak and everything, he's a big old boy.
He
Like
is.
he's pretty intimidating.
I thought
And
that they had brought back Count Dooku. I was like,
yeah,
is this gonna be a twist where this dude's Count Dooku? But then
What?
you see his face and you're like, okay, never mind then.
Yeah. But no, he's so. I mean, it's only 2 episodes in. We haven't really learned much about him. He's from what the show has said. He was a Jedi who disappeared sometime after the Clone Wars. So I'm really interested to learn more about him. So far, he's
At the
been.
end of the Clone Wars, they said.
Oh yeah, but he's just disappeared, and he's my favorite one so far. I want to learn more about him, and he's really fascinating. And also who this last Inquisitor is. That he seems pretty interesting as
This
well.
little knight-looking guy in the
Yeah, the
knighthood
guy with
armor.
the mask. Yeah, and I don't know if that's his official name, but that's what I've read online of people saying he's the last Inquisitor.
I have a
And
complaint when you're done.
oh, go ahead. What is it?
So they're going through this, and like after they meet him for the first time, or they meet the girl, I guess, or they see them on the recording.
Mhm.
Ahsoka's like, "Hey, run a scan on their lightsabers." Like, when the heck was that ever a thing to just be able to identify who they are? You know what I mean?
Well,
I was
And
going
then,
to complain about that too. Okay, finish
I
and
your
think
then,
complaint.
that's I think
and
that's a
then,
thing.
when
That
Hafis or whatever the robot's name is, what's his name? The one that ran the scan, Hafis, Hey
Hu Yang. Hu
Yang,
Yang.
Hu Yang. When
who
Hu
yeah.
Yang ran the scan, and he's like, just based off a picture. Oh, well, these were taught by the way that I taught them how to make them. But I know whose this is. I don't know whose this is. How do you know based on a picture that they're made and designed the way that you taught them when all you're seeing is the final product? You know
Well,
what I'm
I
saying?
think no, the thing is, I think a person makes their lightsaber by again, I may be talking out of my butt, but I think a person makes their lightsaber by like how the force it's presented to them. So like they make it, for example, Anakin Skywalker, he has his, iconic little lightsaber. Whenever he's Darth Vader, he has the same lightsaber except it's black. So I think all like if you make a lightsaber, that's your lightsaber for life.
So
At least in the old days, I think that's how it was done.
I thought that as a Sith, you killed a Jedi and you took their saber and you bled their crystal
No,
and you
no.
no,
kept their saber.
you make your own lightsaber. You just bleed a kyber crystal red. That's how you're a Sith. Uh, but no, I mean General Grievous was the only one I know who killed and took lightsabers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard of that.
The Emperor made so many copies of his own lightsaber because they kept breaking, and he kept loaning them out to Vader when Vader first became a Sith Lord. There's like a whole like comic book about that.
Okay.
It's like
Um,
Vader first year or something, year one. Anyway,
it
yeah,
doesn't sound too crazy though. That
that's
lightsaber thing.
that was part of my complaint too, though, Devin. Is my biggest complaint so far about Ahsoka is it feels like it's all fan service versus creating a new story. They're like, you know what? Let's just toss in Sabine. Let's toss in Hera. Let's throw in the name Ezra. Throw in the name Thrawn, and then on top of it, it's never been a big issue in any movie or any TV show, any big medium, but we're gonna have them start identifying lightsabers in the TV show because people like in real life, us like there have been memes and a lot of popularity contributing to being able to like tell different lightsabers apart.
Yeah.
Like in the 80s, you think anybody cared what the different lightsaber hilts looked like? No. It's only a current thing. It's like a more recent development. and they're trying to milk it.
Yeah. Well, I think Dave Filoni has a different vision of Star Wars than what George Lucas had. Dave Filoni kind of sees this as like he's trying to do a lot of world building based off of George Lucas's work. So he's just trying to maybe create lore that like the lightsabers hilts are registered, or it's like everybody has the same one for their whole life. And so I think he's just trying to create lore where George Lucas like didn't really do that.
So, just to backtrack for a second, because I googled it, I remember reading this in a comic at some point. They do. So the saber, the actual hilt itself, they make, but the crystal they have to steal from other Jedi's that they kill, and then they bleed those Jedi's, or they bleed those crystals, and that's their crystal in their
Then
saber.
what was the point of in Clone Wars the Emperor trying to get a hold of that giant kyber mine?
So, in one of the things that I saw when I was looking it up, thank you for
Well,
asking.
I know why
It
he did that.
says
He's building
that
the Death
Darth
Star.
Sidious possessed a large Sith-imbued kyber crystal in his personal Sith artifact collection that he could use shards for when creating Sith lightsabers.
I figured he did it just because he's building the Death Star.
Did
And
the
that
Death
Also
Star
that.
use kyber crystals to blow up planets?
Yeah, isn't that how all lasers are done? Or am I just again talking out of my
No,
Are you
I
ass?
think
telling
you're
me
right.
that kyber crystals are in every laser blaster and rifle in the entire Star Wars universe?
Maybe. What if I am?
Because in Star Wars Legends, they had to go into this giant Jedi temple cave and like get force told how to find their own kyber crystals. Little
Legends
tiny
isn't
ones
canon
too.
anymore. Legends isn't canon anymore, so so shut up.
But if that were
Um,
true, then when two blasters hit each other, they would just bounce back, and they don't.
Well, they have never
I
tried.
mean, have we ever seen two blasters go head to head against each other?
Yes.
Maybe that makes sense why the lightsaber reflects the blasters then? The laser?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I
That
assumed
sounds
it
like
was
a
like
lot. That sounds.
I assumed
I would anyway, to go back on that same thing, Tim, I would have much preferred less about like the lightsaber hilt and more about like why theirs is orange, like the real, like we're gonna explain it in this for the first time and not just like randomly on websites.
Mhm.
That's what I would have preferred to hear about.
Yeah. To backtrack a little bit, I think it was Devin, or it was one of y'all who made the point, saying that it's a lot of fan service, and the show is. I do agree. The show is called Ahsoka, but Dave Filoni has said that this is also Rebels season 5. So we're definitely just it's good. I think they just slapped the name Ahsoka on it instead of just Rebels season 5.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that if I swear to God, if I see Mando or that baby Grogu in this show, even for a second, I am going to lose my mind.
I
Just
think
in the
you're gonna
Boba
background
lose your
Fett,
shopping
mind
for food.
then. I think you're gonna lose your
Boba
mind
Fett
because I
lost
think they're
this
gonna
show.
bring it in. Ahsoka's gonna be
They
like,
better not.
I need your help, and he's gonna be like, what's the pay? Doo doo.
Like, the Book of Boba Fett, it wasn't great, but they spent 3 freaking episodes that didn't even have Boba Fett in it. It was just Ahsoka, Grogu, Mando, and Luke. I'm just like, what happened to the Book of Boba Fett? Like, why are we getting this stuff?
I don't think I
So
ever
that's
finished
one
the Book of
thing.
Boba
If I
Fett.
see them in here, I'm going to be very upset.
Have you never read a book before, Greg? It jumps between characters, okay?
There was no reason. There was no reason to have that in the
It's
Book
in
of
the
Boba
title,
Fett.
the book.
Yeah, learn to
Therefore,
read.
Yeah. Who's the book about? Boba Fett. So
And
if there's
the
a chapter without
associated
Boba Fett in it,
characters.
if there's
Yeah.
if there's a chapter without Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett, then it's gonna suck. Like it doesn't make any sense.
I
They might as well called
guarantee
it.
you.
They might have well called it the Book of Boba Fett with excerpts from Mandalorian and Grogu.
I guarantee you that in the book of Harry Potter, there are chapters that he's not in.
But it
Yeah,
all
so why
revolves
don't they
around
call
him.
it Harry Potter and
It's still
associated characters in the Sorcerer's Stone?
your
Harry
points.
Potter and
Your points.
Friends find the
Yeah.
Your
sorcerer's
point's invalid because the whole story still is centric around Harry Potter.
And
But
so is this.
those random episodes with Mando and Grogu
That
had no.
lead.
All
It did
right,
not
all right,
lead.
all right.
It did not help
All right,
Boba Fett
calm
in
down,
any way.
guys. We're not talking about the book right now. We're talking about
No,
Ahsoka.
no, we're changing topics. No, well, I mean, basically, that was my big little rant. Is that I don't want to see Mando or Grogu in this.
I think
Just
you're
know,
because
gonna
they
be
put
so disappointed because so far it's been fan service. And what's the
I'm
biggest fan service out there right now? A little
Grogu.
baby Grogu and a little baby Din Djarin.
All right, I'd watch it if it was a baby Din Djarin.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think that was going to be the biggest complaint Greg had. I thought it was going to be, God, the show's about Jedi again.
Oh yeah.
Can't we just step away from the Jedi
Oh,
and
that's
watch
true.
something else?
No, that's still my argument. I just feel like y'all already know this. Why beat a dead horse? You know what I mean?
Because the horse
Because
is
you like
dead
to
and
beat
it's
dead
funny.
things.
Yeah.
Well, since we brought it up, I'm getting sick of the Jedi. Let's take a step back and explore something else. We kind of are. That's why I also didn't bring it up, because the show does have the capacity to explore a lot of the cosmic and wonder of the universe that we haven't seen. They've kind of touched on it already.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tim knows, in episode 2 they have this little map, and Thrawn is in another galaxy,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
one that we're in.
Well, yeah,
So
it tells
this,
you at the end of Rebels.
yeah, it has potential to really explore
You
a
might
big picture.
you might
Well, I'm
say that
just saying,
he's
I
in
didn't
a
know.
galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, but
Um
not this guy.
Also, I like how they're going to use a Night Sister, and I hope we get to see some of her magic. And I hope it's
Yeah.
more prominent than the way that Jedis and Sith use the Force, because
You,
I agree with you. The Force is like,
Mm.
and those Force wielding people are overused.
well, Tim, you're going to be kind of in luck, just a wee bit, because you do get a little bit of that in season 2. It's not used in a cool way, but it is used, or in episode 2, because it is
It's true.
used.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man, I'm
mean,
real
but
far
even that
behind
was
if there's
dis
2 seasons.
well, even that was disappointing.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see that little green smoke magic or whatever they do.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
I mean, it kind of did. So, like,
Like a
they
little bit.
in episode 2 they use it to communicate. So, like, instead of using a hologram, it's the magic that brings what's his name, Sal Bojacker.
Balin Skull, I think
Yeah,
was his name.
yeah, Balin.
Oh.
Like it shows him like the Inquisitor, Balin Skull, and his apprentice, and they're all in like that green. They're like tinted green, and on it you can see like waves of what looks like sand, kind of coursing through them as like sand is just doing
I don't know if
this.
that was her magic. I think that was something else, because it didn't really look green to me.
It,
But I mean,
you kidding me?
I didn't write the I didn't
It
write the
wasn't
script.
like bright green. It was like a light green, but it was still there, and it poofed away like
It
smoke. It
Yeah.
poofed.
Who knows? Well, I mean, the show has, like I said, the ability to be great. But the 2 episodes that are out, have been kind of like Devin said, playing catch up.
It
It's like trying to explain like a little bit of like, oh, Ezra's gone.
yeah,
Thrawn's somewhere. Oh, here's Sabine. She's a Jedi. She was taught by Ahsoka
yeah.
and then wasn't. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
been
also
trying to introduce a lot of new stuff.
Hi
she got
Casey.
purple hair. That's why it
Yeah, it's
works.
been trying to explain a lot of new stuff. And so maybe now that we got at least 2 episodes of exposition, that now we can finally like get into the story.
I hate that Legends was made non-canon because there are a lot of Legends stories about Thrawn
Mhm.
that would be really cool to see.
Yeah, the rumor is they're adapting some of it for
Mhm.
this show. We just gotta wait to see the little blue bastard. So who knows?
I
Um,
enjoyed Chopper for the few minutes he was on screen.
yeah,
Chopper?
So yeah,
the
yeah,
droid. Oh, he was in episode 2.
yeah. I like.
So you didn't get
Do
Chopper,
you know
the
who?
droid from Rebels.
I don't
The little orange
remember.
one. He's the
That
orange droid, Hera's droid. I guess if you don't
one.
remember Hera, of course you're not going to remember Chopper.
Yeah, little troublemaker. But what I liked about Chopper is, even in
Oh,
Rebels, you
I
can
see.
almost understand what he's saying. It's not just beep boops. You can actually like hear like he kind of like talks.
You
Like
understand the tone that he's
yeah,
speaking
like
with.
he's looking through his stuff and he's like, "Did you touch my stuff?" And like, but like in a robot thing, he's like, "Did you move my stuff?" And then Hera's like, "No, I didn't move your stuff." But you can hear it, like that he's saying it. So I appreciate.
I just like his little arms because like they're so
Press.
uh, yeah, they're
Yeah.
precious. Like
Um.
Tim's little arms. He's got a
Yeah.
big head, little arms.
In episode 2, there was a moment that really kind of bothered me. I mean, it's similar to real life almost. After World War II, we kind of brought some of the Nazi
Mm.
party to like work on some stuff, and they do that in Ahsoka. They
They bring
bring in,
Nazis into Ahsoka.
no, they bring well the Empire.
What?
They bring in the Empire to work and do stuff to help them out, and like they expect them to not still have loyalty to the Empire. And so it's just ridiculous that like because they were surprised
They did
whenever they
that
turned
in the
on.
last season of Mando.
Yeah, well they do it in Ahsoka as well. You didn't see episode 2, but they do the same thing.
Yeah.
That they're just like, wait, where's that thing going? And we're like, oh, we can't tell you. It's like we ordered you to tell you, and then they stand up for the Empire, and it's just like,
I'm
why'd
pretty
you
sure I
hire
heard
these?
one of them shout "Heil."
Yeah, it's like, why did you hire these people if they're from the Empire? Of course, they're going to still be loyal to the Empire. I don't know.
I
It
mean,
was just
I do think he gave a pretty valid point of like, yeah, they worked for the Empire, but like, who's paying them now?
yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
I
I
mean,
thought that was a valid point.
he
Yeah.
got arrested too,
I would have
so
bought it.
I think he was a part of the Empire as well.
I think he
But
was because he tried so hard to. He knew where that thing was going. He tried so hard to hide it.
yeah,
I was
so
thinking the
I don't know.
same
I just thought it
exact
was silly.
thing. Yep.
I thought it was silly that they hired Empire people and expected them to not still be Empire
Well, what were
people.
they going to do? Just kill him, or be like, "Nope, you got no means to support yourself.
Or
See you later."
at least have a better vetting process or something. Like, just be like, "Hey, you still like the Empire?" "Yes." "I mean, no." Like, "Okay, you're hired." Like, that's how they vetted these Empire people.
You
I
know,
don't know.
you know what I thought was stupid about that part, about that whole sequence in season 2 was
Mm.
as that ship is getting away and Hera's chasing it. Um, I understand not wanting to shoot it, and yet they want to put a tracker on it. And how do they put on the tracker? They have a robot literally like in space throw the tracker on the ship, as
There's
opposed to
no
like shooting something that might
I'm
have
just
a
saying,
tracker.
normal space rules, I figured out a long time ago, don't apply in Star Wars.
No, I
So
know, but that's not the dumb part. The dumb part is like, why would you just have someone throw it as opposed to have something that can shoot a tracker in this advanced civilization? Like, that's so stupid.
it's actually not. I feel like this is a point I've made before, but the technology in Star Wars sucks. Like whenever Ahsoka's in that little hole trying to talk to her droid friend, and it's breaking up and everything, I'm just like, really? Y'all have the technology to send holograms to each other from billions of light years away, but you can't do a radio signal from underground.
Well, that's different. They wasn't just that she was underground. He was really far away. They said
Well,
that. They made
yeah.
it clear.
Well, I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and drift into final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Um, Tim, let's hear your final thoughts on the show and what you expect to see from the show.
I'm probably going to watch it and watch all of it. I'm not gonna like watch it as it comes out. I'll probably wait a couple weeks and then just try to binge it.
Yeah.
Where I see it going, I see based on the first episode and all the fan service that they tossed into it, I see They're gonna go get Zeb from wherever. They're gonna pick up Hera. They're gonna pick up Chopper. They're gonna get the whole crew back together. We're gonna see a Force ghost illusion of the one Jedi that died in Rebels. I forget his name. The one that we're
Kanan Jarrus. Dude, I
yeah.
hope it's Freddie Prinze
We're
Jr.
gonna
That would
see
That'd be so funny.
that'd be
yeah.
real
We're gonna
cool.
see a Force projection of him. I think Ezra. We're gonna know what happened to him. He's either gonna be alive or dead, and if he's dead, we'll see a Force ghost of him. If he's alive,
I
we'll
think he's
see
definitely
him.
alive. I think he's definitely alive.
Thrawn, we're gonna see him, but he's gonna escape. He's not gonna die at the end of the season, and he's gonna get up to some no good. And also, Din Djarin and Grogu show up to save the day. Probably like they'll be the primary focus of 2 or 3 different episodes.
Okay, bye, Greg.
Yeah, see you, Greg.
Should I wait? Because I feel like he's recording us.
Yeah, he was recording us.
So I feel like I should wait.
Okay, yeah, Greggy Poo.
What the heck was that?
You tell me. you just left. What was
No, my computer just said, "You know what? I'm sick of hearing this. This is
Did you
It-
how much of mine did you
the-
get?
I heard that Thrawn wasn't going to
Yeah, he's not gonna
die.
die. He's gonna, you're gonna see him. He's gonna escape, become a menace, and then Din Djarin and Grogu are gonna show up last minute, save the day,
Oh, they
and they'll be the primary focus of at least 6 episodes.
And that's when your computer cut out, so I just assumed it was tired of it had your same opinion about
yeah,
Mandalorian.
it didn't want to hear
I
it.
thought you
Yeah,
hung
I
up
think
on
that-
purpose just to make a joke.
No, no, I didn't do that. My computer just said, "You know what? I'm done. I'm sick of this." Well, Devin, what are your final thoughts on the show, and where do you see it going?
I'll watch it. I'll probably be like Tim. I'm not going to try to make sure that I watch it every week. It's no My Adventures of Superman.
Oh, I love that show.
It's pretty solid.
Ugh.
But I will try to binge it when it finishes, or try to catch up every couple weeks. If I don't finish it, like I haven't finished the last couple of Star Wars shows that came out. It is what it is.
It's a
Um,
chore. It feels like it's
yeah.
been a chore. Same with Marvel.
But I really like Sabine Wren, so I might try for her.
Good
I
for her.
think that what's going to happen is they're going to get the crew back together, and they're actually going to go to the galaxy to get him, and then Thrawn's going to escape, and they're going to be stuck there and have to find their way back.
So you both think there will be a season 2?
Probably.
Yeah,
Like, that's
or
how
they'll
it's-
call it something else, but it'll essentially be a season 2 for
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
I think that if Thrawn escapes, which they probably will because they're trying to make money, there'll be a season 2. But also, there could not be a season 2 because they're losing money on all these shows. They might just be like,
Never mind.
"Nah, bruh."
Yeah, who knows?
Greg, what are your
Well-
final thoughts? Where do you think it's going to go?
My final thoughts are the show has tremendous potential. I really hope that this kind of breaks the mold of what we've seen recently but like what Tim said, Marvel and Star Wars shows, that they're just kind of not hitting the mark. And I really hope that this one does it. Like Dave Filoni, he created Ahsoka. It's a passion project. It's his love baby, and I think he'll actually make a good show. So where I see it's going, to a hopeful place, I think. But I don't think it's going to get a season 2. I think it'll be resolved here because I think Dave Filoni wanted to do a season 5 of Rebels. Now he can, and he can end the story the way he wants. That's why we've been seeing all these Rebels characters. And I think it's going to get concluded. I don't think Thrawn's going to die, like Tim said.
I said it too.
Well, I'm agreeing with Tim.
Yeah, screw you,
but
Devin.
I'm very hopeful for this show, and I hope that I'm not wrong.
I would have preferred if they'd done a Rebels season 5 animated TV show versus a live action Ahsoka TV show.
Or if he was going to do this, call it Rebels live action, not
Yeah,
Ahsoka.
yeah. Rebels. The reboot.
Let's go ahead and call it there.
It's really sad when you say like, "Oh, it has so much potential," because that's really like the TV show equivalent of, "It's not you, it's me."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Well,
that's Disney's motto nowadays. So who knows?
well, thank you guys for
Uh,
joining us today with the Cape Complainers. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Check out our YouTube channel. We're uploading shorts of our episodes, little funny shorts, and our Twitch stream where we are streaming every Sunday at 6 o'clock, where you can join us on our episodes.
and be sure to follow the mothership to the Coming Soon Pod Now network. And as well as once our copyright goes through, none of you bitches can use the Cape Complainers no more because it's ours. We'll own it and we'll be able to post everywhere. And there's nothing y'all can do to stop us.
Not a dang
And don't,
thing.
not a diggity dang thing. And don't forget, no
Huh?
one complains like a fan.
Greg, stop it. You're scaring me.
I didn't think it was possible for you to get whiter, and yet here you are.
Look out, everybody. All right.
I'm gonna
Bye bye.
end. Bye.